Microsoft sells exactly one laptop under $1,000 and it has 8 gigabytes of RAM, which means it fails their own requirements for an AI PC despite having the AI chip sitting right there inside. Apple is dealing with the same memory crisis and they're still coming in cheaper. Meanwhile, Microsoft is working to rebuild Windows from the inside to fix years of bloat and AI clutter. So it might be time for a reset. Stranger still, that reset might be coming from NVIDIA. For a long time, Windows meant you had options. Mac meant premium. Now with everything being expensive, Windows needs something else, specifically the laptop market. Since the release of the M1 chip, the value of MacBooks has been amazing, but still Windows had a fighting chance because Apple's cheapest laptop until recently was the MacBook Air starting at $1,000. Then the Neo released at $599 and now it went up to $799 because of the RAM shortage, of course. $600 is more compelling than $800, but since all devices are going up in price, $800 is still relatively a better value than a lot of other laptops in that range. So then there's Microsoft's 13-inch Surface laptop. The machine was first released last year in 2025 at $899 with a Snapdragon chip, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and 256 gigabytes of storage. And they've now introduced an 8 gigabyte model, but this one doesn't qualify as a Copilot Plus computer, and it costs $949. So now you're getting worse specs and less features for more money, since the 16 gigabyte model last year retailed for $50 less at $899. The requirement to run Windows 11 is 4 gigabytes of RAM. Antonio, a reviewer from The Verge, said that his usage was often around 6.7 gigabytes of the available 7.6 gigabytes of memory, which was usable, but for a laptop that costs $950, it doesn't give much headroom. But now Microsoft does have a plan, two actually. According to reports, Microsoft has been making efforts to improve Windows with their internal K2 program. They're focusing on 3 pillars: performance, craft, and reliability. The program focuses on many things that should make Windows 11 more user-friendly. Things like overall storage size, removing ads from the start menu, improving gaming performance, things that obviously should have been a priority, but they weren't. And look, those things are not gonna make the price of RAM cheaper, but they can help lower-end hardware perform better, giving users a better value for their devices. And just to be clear, Windows K2 is a multi-year quality program targeting 2026 and 2027. So it's not a new product, it's not shipping, and it's only half of the problem. As a matter of fact, Windows laptops might cost more by the end of the year. Earlier in the year, NVIDIA announced their ARM-based SoCs, which promises to deliver competitive performance and efficiency. If this is true, that would be great, obviously, but this is strictly for premium laptops, which means that they're going to be expensive, at least in the beginning. And just to be clear, NVIDIA or any of their verified partners have not confirmed pricing, but analysts are expecting premium price tags. More importantly though, Windows has made a push for ARM a few times in the past, and even the Surface laptop we were just talking about has a Snapdragon X chip, which is an ARM chip. But part of the reason the Apple Silicon has been so efficient is because the ARM architecture that they're built on is more efficient than the x86 that has dominated Windows for years. Funny enough, with the release of the Copilot Plus PCs is when they made a strong push for ARM, but it didn't quite have the impact that they wanted. Definitely nothing like Apple Silicon did. But now with NVIDIA making the push for it, one of the most valuable companies in the world, maybe the most valuable right now, things can be different. But yeah, with the current market and the RAM shortage and just how Microsoft has been handling Windows, it's time for a change. And if RTX Spark can finally match the efficiency or even come close to the efficiency of the Apple's M Silicon, then I think this could be good for Windows. And Windows still has some advantages. I mean, I grew up using Windows since I just recently switched over to MacBook within the last year and macOS, and it's just pretty much because they mishandled it. Like it's so much more easy for me to do my work on Mac over Windows, and perhaps NVIDIA can finally bring some life back into Windows. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like and I'll catch you guys on the next one.